Welcome back to our movie marathon featuring TCM Star of the Month, George Brent. I'm Alicia Malone, and I know some of you don't think much of George Brent's acting, but to me, he always knew the assignment and delivered. He was the dependable leading man at Warner Brothers, often paired with actresses who had strong screen presences. Betty Davis once said that Brent remained a favourite among actresses because he never hogged the limelight. Brent was born in Ireland. After a stint acting in New York, he moved to Hollywood and began a film career. He started at Fox, then went to Universal, and was later asked to help with a screen test for our next movie, and it would change his life. From 1932, directed by Alfred E. Green, it's The Rich Are Always With Us. According to George Brent, he was only supposed to help another actor with the test. I downed a shot of whiskey before I left the apartment, he said. I didn't care, it wasn't my test. Just before we shot it, I started to get a glow on. I stopped shaking. It was the steadiest performance I ever gave. One person who saw that test and noticed him instead of the other guy was Ruth Chatterton. She was a huge star at the time and had just been wooed over to Warner Brothers, where they wanted to keep her happy. Reportedly, after she watched him, Chatterton asked, "Where has he been all my life?" She then requested that George Brent star with her in The Rich Are Always With Us. This is a pre-code romantic drama in which Chatterton plays Caroline, a wealthy married woman drawn to George Brent's Julian, a dashing novelist and war correspondent. When she discovers her husband is having an affair, she divorces him but can't quite shake the responsibility she feels toward her ex. Also in the cast is Betty Davis, who plays a woman in love with Julian, though he doesn't see her as anything more than a friend. From 1932, this is The Rich Are Always With Us. The Rich Are Always With Us gave George Brent his biggest film role to date and led to his signing a contract with Warner Brothers. In him, the studio saw their answer to MGM's Clark Gable, a tall, handsome, suave, and manly actor. Brent was offered a 7-year contract at $250 a week and signed without hesitation. As Brent later said, "I was flat broke. It was a heaven-sent deal." After signing his contract, Brent made 2 films at once, The Rich Are Always With Us and So Big, which we showed earlier tonight. He impressed the critics and his fellow actors with his performance in The Rich Are Always With Us. The review in the New York Times read, "George Brent, who impersonates Julian, does it capitally." And veteran actress Ruth Chatterton announced, "I have never had a leading man whose work pleased me more." Also, you may have noticed that while Paul Henry made the lighting of 2 cigarettes famous in Now Voyager 10 years later, it was George Brent who pioneered the move here. Up next, our star of the month, George Brent, plays a private detective who is spying on Kay Francis in a 1933 romantic comedy. Stay with us.
Next on TCM, The Keyhole, then Housewife, and later, The Painted Veil. We present more George Brent tonight.